Thank you, sir, Professor. I think my brother, comrade, Issa Aremu, I can't see him here now. Yeah, I think he missed the point solely in terms of challenging the position Bishop Kukah and my humble self took. If he understands the concept of this topic, national cohesion, we didn't come here to paper over issues, to ululate a person and his ego. We came here to interrogate issues. Can Issa Aremu say things are not bad in Nigeria? That things are not worse off in Nigeria today than they were even 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago? Can he say that Nigeria's population of 213.3 million people, as at yesterday by United Nations projection, that we have actually brought out the best in us? Can he say that it is not ethnic groupings that are still at play in Nigeria today because there is no nationhood? Can he pretend not to know that we don't still tolerate our religious and ethnic diversities? Can he pretend to feel that when you are filling a form and they are asking you the state of birth, after that they say local government area of origin, after that they ask you your religion, automatically once they get some of this data, you are out of certain jobs and you will not get it because of either your religion or where you come from or your local government or your language. Is that how to build a nation? So I think that these issues, we should interrogate them. We should not pretend and continue to treat a serious ailment like leprosy with a drug meant for eczema, pretending that it will go away, like the proverbial ostrich, burying our head in the sand, pretending that our backside is not seen. We cannot continue to do that. So we must interrogate this issue. The reason you must go historical to know what happened before is the case of the vehicle. The windshield in front is very large so that you can see the front. But by the side of the car, there's a small mirror to enable you see the back to know where you are coming from. Because today is the tomorrow we discussed yesterday. So we must interrogate Nigeria. Why are we failing? Why are we not succeeding? Then we have to look at other countries that did it well and got it right. A country's leadership comes into play when there are challenges. President David Eisenhower, Prime Minister Winston Churchill, great men of history, Martin Luther King Jr., for example, who worked so that Obama could run. Now, if you don't interrogate these issues and you pretend that all is well, then for so long, are we going to pretend that there's a difference between moi and beans and akara? They are one and the same. We must push forward. It was Albert Einstein, the father, a physicist, a great physicist, who gave rise to the atomic bomb, who once said, it's only a madman who continues to do things the same way and hope for different results. So we need a strong leadership. But apart from that, we need a strong followership, interrogative civil society. Because without a strong civil populace, a leadership can run riotous. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Thank you very much.
We must continue to challenge the status quo. That is what we are here to do, Issa Aremu.
Thank you.
Not to come and pretend that all is well in Nigeria. Nigeria is sick. Nigeria is sick. In fact, it's gasping for breath. It's under oxygen. And we cannot pretend. We have to pull out Nigeria through social justice, equity, egalitarianism, and then we can have national cohesion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Zekome.